How do you kill a blue elephant? Or no, how do you kill a blue elephant? Fuck.
How do you kill a blue elephant?
Yeah, you shoot it with a blue elephant gun. But do you know how to kill a pink elephant?
Maybe.
You hold its nose until it turns blue and shoot it with a blue elephant gun. It's like the best clean joke that you could ever tell. Except, I don't know, are killing elephants, is that poaching now? So maybe that's not a good joke anymore.
I think a lot of it's bad.
So I got Murphy's Imported Stout and Boddington's Pub Ale.
I still can't see your camera, Ray.
Yeah, because it's only on the Twitch. It can only technically be used in one.
My Twitch is frozen.
Oh, well. You're going to have to, I don't know, maybe you can just refresh the page.
The big hole in my ceiling. All right, anyways, I've got, because I was on vacation and I wasn't able to go to the store, I've got Yingling. I've got Yingling bottled beer. So it's not, so 2 weeks in a row, I've broken our rules. It's not in a can. Actually, Yingling is less than $10, but it's not in a can. So I'm fucking it up, man. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable. Well, I've kept the tradition alive, so at least we haven't completely let everyone down that's following along with us.
Yeah.
But these are both those beers that have the little ball inside of them. You know what I'm talking about? They have a little like
the Guinness.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can mix it.
So now I can't remember if you're supposed to shake it before or not, but I didn't really shake it. I think you're supposed to shake it a little bit.
Shake it. All right.
Whatever. It's kind of interesting when it's got a little ball in it.
All right, let's start. I got the meth tag. I can get rid of it.
It's a nice little, it's like a white noise machine.
Yeah. It's exactly what I want when I'm recording a podcast, is a white noise machine.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. I have an app. It's, hold on. I'll tell you what it's called, but it has like a bazillion white noise things. It's called, starts with an R? It's called Relax Melodies. Dude, it's like the best app. It has so many good sounds in it. If you ever need white noises to go to sleep to or whatever, oh dude, it's really good.
No, I've got my tablet and I watch either Bob Ross or Joe Robinette videos. He goes camping. He's a bushcraft guy. He's like, "Hey guys, we're out here collecting firewood today, eh? We're going to build a little camp and a little shelter and we're going to go we're going to cook some good food and have a good time." All right, here we go.
Nice. Man,
right.
You watch some weird stuff to jerk off to before bed.
Hey everybody, I've been caught. Welcome to episode 62 of the Rich Dickman Show, the podcast that is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host, jerking off to all sorts of weird things. I am Ren, your slightly better than mediocre host. And with me tonight, as he is every week and has been for the last several and will be for at least one more, my good buddy out on the West Coast in a state that I hate, but it is my man, my buddy. It is Ray. Ray, what's up?
What's going on? It's good to be back.
I miss What's Up Party People.
Oh, I could do that one too. I was just trying to mix it up a little bit. That's all.
You know, Ray, you say that. You say you mix it up, right? But you do the same thing every week.
Well, maybe I need to put a little bit more planning into it where I actually think of something different, because I get to this moment and then I go, what did I do last time? And then I can't remember. And then I think maybe this will be different. But
for the first 50 episodes of Triple T, I would put a lot of work into my intros, my Hey Jules and all that stuff. And then after that, I just kind of was like, all right, I did that.
Yeah. There's only so many variations.
That's right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's 62, number 62. We're recording on a Friday night. I just got back from vacation and boy, are my arms tired. That doesn't work. But we are here tonight bringing you a brand new episode this week. It is July 5th. So happy 4th of July, Ray, and to everybody out there.
Yeah.
Hope you celebrated America in style. And I hope none of you lost any fingers. Ray, I was talking to my son yesterday and actually my daughter as well. And I said to both of them, I said, there are many cases tonight. And this was on July 4th. I said, there are many cases tonight where somebody will do something stupid and this will be the last day they have all 10 of their fingers. I wonder where you can Google that information, see how many people lost fingers yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got to be out there. Well, I remember the most famous one to me was the Jason Pierre-Paul one, which you probably remember because you're in that neck of the woods. But I mean, it just changes your life. I don't know what I would do if I lost limbs or something like that, man.
I am not a fan of fireworks. I think fireworks are stupid and a waste of time, and I hate that we all have to gather around like idiots to watch them. Okay. I'm even less of a fan of like home fireworks where people can do stupid shit in their backyard with Roman candles and M80s. Okay. I think it's dumb, and people are very stupid when it comes to these things. And this is what happens, and people get hurt. I was not at fireworks last night, Ray, in my own little protest, but I love America, so I guess I'm okay.
Yeah, we didn't even watch any last night. We heard them. But you're right. You've seen one, you've seen them all. The coolest one I think that ever happened, though, was that one, was it 7 years ago in San Diego when they set up literally all of them, which is pretty fucking awesome, man. Holy shit, that's amazing. But yeah, other than that, I mean, okay. It really is. You've seen one, you've seen them all. They shoot off one, it goes up in the air, and then boom. And then you wait a couple seconds, and you're like, okay, cool. And they look a little bit different, but it's not that exciting. So over here at Lake Tahoe, they do a thing where they have a radio station you can tune to, and you can listen to, they have a music playing that's kind of in sync with the fireworks, which is kind of cool. But, I mean, even that's not that great. I mean, it's still fireworks and music. It's better than just fireworks, but
the smiley face firework does not look like a smiley face. Okay. It's just impossible to make. Anyways, let's do some business real quick. We are streaming live tonight on twitch.tv/Rich Dickman Show. And we have no viewers because we didn't advertise this and we weren't planning. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but we're streaming, and I think we're going to be streaming henceforth, right? I just got to remember to do my hair so I look a little prettier, but I got my hair cut. We'll talk about that later. My hair is short again. I feel I'm like reverse Samson. I have my strength back now. My hair is short again. Yep. Go to richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. When Ray gets to it, he'll advertise how we do streams on richdickman.com as well. Probably be able to provide you a link to our stream from richdickman.com, Ray. I'm giving you all these great ideas for you to, when you go into work and you have nothing to do, like today, you can work on my website.
Yes.
Yes. Go to Amazon.com, search Rich Dickman. I'm going too fast. Search. Fuck you, Rem. Go to Amazon.com, search Rich Dickman, and go ahead and get one of our t-shirts. We have the Slightly Better Than Mediocre. We have the El Abogado. I'll talk about him in a second. And we have the Eat the Rich shirt. So if you hate 4th of July, go ahead and get yourself an Eat the Rich t-shirt and go protest somewhere. And finally, call our voicemail line, 860-316-4776. That's the Dickman line. If you call in, we'll play it. Yep. That's it. Ray's still looking for your support. Ray, we have one episode left with you. Have you heard from Rich Dickman yet?
Not a, what is it? He's quiet as a mouse, like on the night before Christmas.
Maybe that's not a good thing. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Which is both, it's a good thing that I haven't been outright fired at this point. But it also,
it's cheaper to keep
it's a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of firing people, so my boss got promoted, so I'm going to be taking over our region. And I literally was like, it was on Wednesday. I was just standing there in the office in front of our scheduling board. And I was like, you guys, I can already feel the power coursing through my veins. Wow. And I started looking at people. I'm like, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. It was just like, yeah, it was pretty funny. We had a good laugh all day. Me firing people.
You're fired.
Yep. It was a good time.
Ray, I forgot last week to plug it, but I'm going to plug it again. I am writing wrestling articles. I'm trying for once a week at WWEpodcast.com. So go there, check out the opinion section. You'll see articles written by Rem Dickman. That's me. And those of you who have read or have given me feedback, awesome. I really do appreciate it. I'm branching out, Ray. I'm expanding because one day I read an article. No, I didn't read the article. I actually read the headline that people are quitting their jobs and starting successful podcasts out of nowhere. So I think I can do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you've got at least the potential to be able to do that. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Patreon.com/Rich Dickman Show. Or Rich Dickman. I forget what it is. We don't use it at all. So, all right, Ray, what's going on, buddy? How are you? How was your 4th of July week?
So far, so good. So, didn't really I worked Monday through Wednesday. Got a lot of people leaving work, so I'm working like crazy. I went in today. Had a great time working today, which is Friday, the 5th, day after 4th of July. So, of course, I'm an idiot and I forgot to not set my alarm because I just have it set on my phone from Monday through Friday, right? So I woke up like 6 a.m. I was like, well, I guess I'm not going back to sleep. So it sucks on a day off to wake up that early. But I had to go into work today because someone from another branch, they'd decided that they could send us some stuff. And they're like, hey, we're going to ship it on Wednesday. It'll be there Friday between 9 and 3:30. I'm like, oh, cool. 9 to 3:30. That's perfect. So I got there, waited for a few hours, did some work. And sure enough, called the guy a little later and was like, hey, is this stuff showing up today or what's going on? And he's like, oh yeah, it'll be there next week. Like, cool. Appreciate the heads up. Like, really, like he didn't even hesitate when he answered. I'm like, you knew this the whole time. What the fuck, man? So anyway, I got to spend a bunch of time at work I didn't do nothing, but I mean, come on. Like, I didn't have to go to work. So anyway, I'm a little grumpy, but yeah, it's not that bad. I get to go play paintball tomorrow. That's the fun part. So I'm excited for that.
This was my first day off, 4th of July, day after 4th of July off, being off the 5th of July in years. And it was nice. I've been on vacation most of the week, Ray. I worked Monday, but I took the rest of the week off. And I needed a vacation. It was very nice to go on vacation. I was up in Cape Cod. Do you know what that is, Ray? Do you know what Cape Cod is? So
it's one of those places it's very, what is it? Illiterate? It's, you know what I'm saying?
Alliteration?
Yeah, but it alliterates. I don't know. The alliteration of Cape Cod is great. So yeah, so it's one of those that sticks in your mind if you ever hear it. You know, it's a famous area over there, but I've never been there. I don't know.
It's where John F. Kennedy's from, Ray. God damn it. You got to pay attention to history. Is that what it is? John F. Kennedy is from there. Yes. You fucking asshole.
Wait, so who's John F. Kennedy? I've never heard of that guy.
No, Cape Cod, man. I haven't been to Cape Cod, and last time I was there was 2007. I was there for a wedding, and I was only there for like 2 days. And before that was when I was maybe 30 years ago, when I was 8 years old, going out with my parents. We used to go to Cape Cod all the time. And boy, Cape Cod's very, very different than what I remember. Anyways, I was on vacation. We were at a family resort out there that has an indoor water park. And that sounds really cool on paper.
Yeah, but you want the sun, right?
Well, yeah, the roof opens so you get the sun, and they have outdoor stuff too.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. And I went down a water slide for the first time in like 20, 25 years, right? And man, water slides really hurt your back. I don't know, maybe this one wasn't put together well, but it scraped the shit out of my back. And when I just flew right out into the little pool you empty out, and I was not expecting to go under so quickly.
Was it the tunnel kind, or was it okay? Yeah. So they have those ones that are, like you go to the playground, and it's one that just has like the big drop, or like one or two. No,
it was a tunnel kind. It was twisted,
and it just goes straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so the ones that go straight and just have the drop, those will literally like snap your vertebrae. Like they're worst. Holy crap. Those are, oh my God, they're so dangerous. Like every time I ever see anyone go on, they get off and they're like holding their back. I'm like, why is that thing still in operation? Why are they still letting people go down this? Other than kids are, I don't know, they can just go down head first and roll, and they can do whatever they want. But yeah, no, those are kind of fun though with the little tube, and you go out. And
water slides, not for me. Not for me. No tube. It was enclosed and it was twisty and turny, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So no more. My son did. My son was going crazy on those things. He's going nonstop. But yeah, so that's water slides. But here's what's more interesting to me, Ray, is the people who go on vacations, specifically to those who go to family resorts. Now you think family resort, you have, you're there with your wife or, your partner of some sort and your children that may or not be legally yours. Whatever the family is these days, the family's there. Kids is what I'm talking about. There's lots of kids. I don't particularly like going swimming with a bunch of kids. So like when the pool is full, I don't want to get in with my kids if there's other kids around. It just feels weird to me. They did a nice job of enforcing 14 and over in the hot tubs. So all the little kids had to stay out of the hot tub when I was sitting there.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good. But okay, so back to family resort. You think there may be a little bit of people being a little conservative with what they wear outside, right? No. No. The half thongs and the thongs that I saw out there was Well, it would have been nice if I was 14. Okay. Cause you don't know any better and you're looking at like a naked butt and it's great. But listen, Ray, I am not Brad Pitt. Okay. I'm not The Rock. All right. I don't, I'm no Greek god myself. All right. I'm very average in my structure. I don't even know if I'm handsome. All right. Some people, my mom tells me I am, but that's all I ever hear it from. Now, so I'm really not one to judge. Okay. And you know me, Ray, I like a larger ass. Okay. I like a larger lady. All right. That may be my thing. But some of these people wearing these very small bikinis probably need somebody to tell them, hey, maybe you should try a different size or a different style.
Yep.
Also, They should say, do you know your whole asshole is showing? And do you know there's kids around? It seems that those questions
that's a phrase
don't
that
get
should
asked.
Never be uttered.
I would like, I would like that confidence to walk around dressed like that. I think like that type of person is interesting to me. I don't necessarily know that I want to be their friend, but they're interesting nonetheless. But I don't know what the thought process is there, Ray. Like, who are we looking good for?
Well,
who are we trying to, what single dude are we trying to pick up?
They've either actually got that much confidence or they're just completely oblivious. They just don't even realize how it affects other people. Is
it culture, Ray? Because I noticed some cultures
maybe
like to put a lot of emphasis on the ass.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Anyways.
It very well could be.
I don't mean to sound complainy, but.
Yeah. Some of them it's like, hey, nice. I'll continue, please.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, so you saying like it's a family resort, I've run into that where it is kind of awkward, especially like when we go to the cheerleading events, right? Like all the cheerleaders at the gym are, I think the oldest ones might be 16, but I think are like 14 to 11. The majority of them are like 11 to 14, which like on the one hand, just as being one of the only guys there, I'm really afraid to talk to them, get near, you know what I mean? Like it's like I try and stick to my daughters and my daughters only just because I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird.
It is weird. I want to, yeah.
And
I don't want to be, I got to keep my eyes down so it doesn't even look like I'm staring at somebody. Like it's affecting me now, right? When I'm walking around at a beach or at a pool and I have to keep looking at the ground because we're in such a weird spot in the world. You even look over at a sign, someone thinks you're looking at at them or their relative or whatever it is. And it's uncomfortable. Yeah. And I'm sounding very complaining. So I got to get the rest of this out and then we can start having fun again. So it's a water park. Okay. There's lifeguards fucking everywhere. And I don't blame them, okay, because an extra $12 an hour for a lifeguard is nothing compared to the millions of dollars in liability and potential business closure. So I get it. Lots of lifeguards. To the point where there's too many lifeguards where they're fucking bored. Now, the lifeguards here are all young, probably like anywhere between 19 and 25. All right. And they're all fit because they're lifeguards and like to swim, men and women. They're all like fit and good looking. And they're standing around a big lazy river with a bunch of fat guys, old women and kids floating down it. Okay. So they're bored as fuck. I can only imagine what they do afterwards to get that boredom out, whether they party with each other or other things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can't imagine being like 22 years old and having to stand at a pool, not being able to go into it or talk to anybody and just having to watch people try not to drown. Like I'd be bored out of my mind. I feel so bad for those kids.
Yeah. There's always a lot more romances when people work in close contact with one another.
Yeah.
So I've heard that, for example, like a doctor's or like a hospital, right? Like apparently Grey's Anatomy is not too far fetched.
Oh yeah. They're all fucking each other, man.
Yeah. Now obviously I've never been in there. I don't know exactly, but
yeah.
Now in the case of transferring that to say the lifeguard profession, if you want to call it that.
At the age of 21, when everybody's incredibly horny all the time.
Dude, it's like, it's gotta be a feeding grounds for the horny men.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking everyone there's more or less in really pretty good shape. Like you said, they're attractive and they're horny. So it's,
hold on.
Man, I should have been a lifeguard.
Forget the horny men, Ray. It's the horny chicks. Okay. That are there, like showing themselves off and trying to get attention. Like you can even see some of them like, doing a thing with the actual patrons, some of the male patrons. Like this one girl kept pulling up her shorts and her ass is hanging out of the bottom of her shorts. And she's doing it on purpose. So you see it. Yeah. So yeah. Young fit chicks. Look out. I'm too old for that stuff.
She was a real Wendy Peppercorn, huh?
Who's Wendy Peppercorn?
From The Sandlot. The chick. Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in like 25 years, right? I have no idea.
I know. We were talking about that the other day, and I was saying, dude, that's a movie that every kid should have to watch because it's just great coming of age movie. Man, it's just such a good movie.
All right.
Such a good movie. You learn about everything.
That's enough about my vacation until something else pops my memory again. Real quick, last week we talked about the passing of Alan Foster from Not for Human Consumption. Super sad and super sorry to lose Alan. But on Monday night, this past Monday, Dylan, Matt, and Dave did about 2.5 hours. They did a stream over on their Discord, where people could call in essentially and talk to them and talk about Alan. And I joined. I was on for 15 minutes or so talking to them, and it was a lot of fun. You are now other guy. Matt has deemed you other guy. I'm sorry. But I don't want to upset my friends, so I'm not going to fight him on that. So you're going to have to get your name back. But
so I'm the wait, who is it's Will Ferrell and Marky Mark. So I'm Marky Mark. Is that what you're saying?
I've never seen
From
that
the other
movie
guys.
either. Yeah. I have
Oh,
no idea.
okay.
Yeah, maybe if you say so. Sure. I'd rather be Will Ferrell. No, I wouldn't. That guy sucks. But I want to thank them because it was a great thing they did for their community and for themselves. Because, when you can sit there and talk about the happy times, the sad times kind of get pushed to the back and you don't think about them as much. And it's a good way to help everybody heal. So looking forward to what they do next. So, thanks again. And finally, Ray, you won't believe this, but yesterday when I was at lunch, I got a phone call.
What?
God damn it, Ray. You got to be quicker on that. I got a phone call, and it was actually Huell S. Hauser Esquire calling me on my phone.
That's unbelievable.
Which is
I don't believe you.
It's true, and it is literally the first time we've ever spoke on the phone. Everything else has been through Skype or text.
What's funny too is that you were on, maybe it was the last episode that he was on, whatever it was, right around that. You were basically, giving him the business about how you'll probably never talk to him again on the phone.
Yep.
And, that whole, you guys had that spiel about, well, maybe, I could go down to my basement and you could just call around the same time. We could just chat. But he called you on a Thursday. That's like almost too good to be true.
Yeah. It was it Thursday? Was it Wednesday?
Oh,
I don't remember anymore. Either way.
He still called you, whatever.
Yeah,
we'll
he still called me.
Thursday.
Yeah, we'll pretend it's Thursday. That works. But it is official now, and I do have permission to tell everybody. Huell has now officially joined ISIS. He is part of the Muslim Brotherhood, and he wished me well and said "Death to America" and hung up. So, farewell, Huell. It was nice to know you. I hope we never have to meet again on opposite sides. That we can come together in peace and break a loaf of bread together. And I don't talk about the things that you talk about. I don't know, buddy. But congratulations on your promotion to what are the ranks over there as terrorists, Ray? Like, do they have ranks like jihadists, like super jihadists, like super duper
like
jihadists?
Different levels of suicide bomber. Oh my god!
Yeah, like you start
that's
out.
What's
like,
weird.
The bottom level, you get 13 virgins when you go to heaven. When you're at the top, that's when you get the 72 virgins, not virgins.
Oh man, it's so bad. Like I really don't even know much about it. That's probably why they hate us so much is that they're like, man, we took down the World Trade Tower. Like, you know what I mean? And we're like sitting here going, we know nothing about them still.
Right.
And the reality is I'm carrying on with my life and what I can actually deal with and making jokes about that. And they're probably I'm sure they're going to listen to this and, oh man, we're dead.
You know who hates diversity, Ray? Islamic terrorists. They hate diversity. They would hate Cape Cod.
It's true.
Yep. Very, very diverse in Cape Cod. Awesome. All right.
Oh man. So that's where they go. If they don't go through the suicide bombing, that's Cape Cod is like their hell.
Yeah. Cape Cod is their hell, where everybody's getting along and having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck terrorism, man.
It's so weird. It's like that was that Monty Python skit where they're torturing the guy and they're like, get the comfy pillow, and he's like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Oh, Bray, you got anything else you want to get going with the fun stuff?
We can get going with the fun stuff.
All right. We're going to start here. We're going to do this one first.
This is the voicemail bumper. This is the bumper on your left, and this is the bumper on your right. This is a badass guitar riff. And finally, here's your voicemails. Sorry, that guitar riff's too cool not to play twice.
Just for
You
Ray,
didn't mess it up.
regarding episode 61, which was entitled The Minotaur, we're talking about a half man, half horse thing. So man, upper body, horse swung, upper body. No, that's not a minotaur. That's a centaur. The minotaur had a bull upper half and a human lower half, which I think kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, why would you keep the human schlong if you've got, all the rest of the bull? But anyway, you were so close to your 10 days. And this is like, you make a mistake like that. It's like watching Mookie Wilson's roller go through Billy Buckner's ankles in the World Series when they had the World Series locked up. Come on, man. Step up your game. I taught you better than that.
Uh-oh. Who was that, Ray?
It's my dad. That's why I never play Trivial Pursuit with that guy. He's
No
too smart.
shit. He's calling you out on the podcast. Like, he's right. And you know what? Thank you, Mr. Ray, because like an idiot, I titled the episode The Minotaur. Okay. Because Ray was telling me about being at the Minotaur. Maybe I started the conversation. I don't know. I'm putting full blame on Ray because he let me get away with it. All right. I don't know
Yeah.
my mythological figures. Someone like Ray should. He's an IT guy. He should know these things, I assume. So yeah, Mr. Ray is right. And I got this from Randy as well, Ray, that the Minotaur is the bull human, but the centaur, that's what we're talking about. It's like we got the human torso and the horse penis, man. You can't beat that.
I mean, my human penis still puts all those to shame. So boom. Hey, actually, if I could be one animal, you know what I would be?
A walrus?
A jaguar. Have I told you about this?
No.
Dude, I probably have.
Real quick, Ray, you can tell me about the jaguar. All right. But you need to know that the large penis jokes are my domain. All right. You stay away from those.
All right, fine, whatever.
All right. Tell me about the jaguar.
I don't know. Mine's not a joke, but just spitting facts. No, dude, jaguars. Okay. I say this all the time. I pretty much preach this every possible moment that I have an opportunity. Jaguars are the fucking most badass animal on the planet. Have you ever seen the jaguars go attack a caiman, like a caiman crocodile in the river?
Yeah,
They'll
I saw that
literally
recently. Yeah.
Yeah. They had on Netflix on Our World, they had a little bit of that. But if you go on YouTube, you can see tons more videos. But okay, just imagine, I mean, think about it, right? A caiman crocodile is pretty freaking scary, especially in the water. And to jump in the water, attack it, kill it, and drag it out of the water like it's nothing. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Jaguars are incredible. Oh, they're so awesome. That's all I got. I'm just saying, you got to go watch some videos. They're incredible. Absolutely phenomenal.
Whenever I hear the word jaguar, I always think of Austin Powers. Jaguar, baby.
Jaguar.
Too, I think. I don't
Jaguar.
remember.
Yeah. Well, we were watching, I was watching Our World. Is it called Our World? Anyway, I was watching that with the kids.
Our Planet.
That's what it is. That's what it is. See, but they have, what's the other one? Blue Planet or something like that?
Do you have a 4K ultra high def television?
Yeah.
It's amazing,
so
right?
Nice.
Our Planet.
Oh, it's mind blowing.
Fucking amazing. My cat was sitting up with like me and my son. We were watching some of this, and then my cat took a look at the screen. It was actually watching a jaguar run, and the cat was like ready to pounce on the TV because it saw everything perfectly. Crazy.
Oh, we were watching it. I think we were even watching it last night. Our cat was sitting next to it on his cat tree, right next to the TV.
Yeah.
And there's a part where they're in the jungle and there's some birds chirping, and he started like looking around.
Right.
He was like trying to find it. We're like, it's the TV, you idiot. He's like looking out the window and stuff.
Cats are so stupid.
It's funny.
Ugh.
Yeah, our cat's really fucking stupid. Oh my God. But anyway, jaguars are amazing, dude. Oh God, I can't get enough of them.
Man, I took my dog to a dog boarder while we were away, right? And we've done this, every time we go away, we take him to a kennel or whatever, and he gets put up, and he usually has a good time. Well, now he's old, okay? And things are a lot tougher for him. He's old and he's deaf. And so anyways, I'm driving home today, and I see this number pop up on my phone, and I don't know who it is, and I have my Google Maps going, and so I don't want to answer it, so I don't answer it. When I get into the parking lot of the kennel, I listen to the voicemail. It's actually the guy from the kennel. Guess what this guy's name was? Guess what his name was? Go ahead. Go ahead. You'll never guess.
I have no idea.
It's Bill Clinton. His name is Bill Clinton.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's great. So anyways, he calls to tell me that my dog had some diarrhea and there was some blood in it. I'm like, oh, well, that's not great. When I got there, he was telling me that he called, his vet, and because my vet was closed, and and they think it might just be he was stressed out. Well, I'm looking at my dog, right? And like, my dog looks terrible. Right? And I noticed in the parking lot, but I didn't say anything. I put him in the car. We brought him home, and like, he looks like he's shell shocked. Like, I'm starting to think, Ray, that this guy may have been trying to exercise my dog, or even doing something like doing something mean to my dog. And my dog is too old for that stuff. Like, he can't even move right now. He's laying down. He's passed out. So either he didn't sleep for 3 days because he missed this family, or Bill Clinton took my dog out for exercise or did something worse. And my dog is now like shell shocked from it. I don't know what to do either. Yeah. If he doesn't pop back to normal tomorrow, I might have an issue.
I was gonna ask you if when you went in to drop him off, you drop him off, you go back, get in the car, you're like, all right, everyone ready to go. And then you're like, oh wait, hold on. I forgot one more thing. I got to run back inside real quick. And you go back in, like, hand the guy $100, and you're like, hey, if I come back and the dog's not alive anymore,
it's okay.
That's perfectly acceptable. Yeah. And then you just walk off.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this may be his last couple of days on Earth too. I mean, he's up there. He's looking like he's like near death and sad or sick or something. And he's wheezing. I don't know, man. We might be having a funeral for Buster next week on the show here, which would be terrible. But, also, Promotion Watch 2019. I'm 0 for 2. Got one more to go. All right. Let's move on. Let's do we don't have I Love My Butt, but we do I Love My Butt. There we go. All right, Ray, tell me about it.
Before I do that, I got one more thing I got to add to that. I had this guy that I had to buy stuff from at my last job. His name was Clinton Bush, which I thought was pretty good too. Anyway, so I love getting my hair cut, but, well, first of all, but any hairstylist I ever use doesn't know how to fucking measure. If I tell them take 1 inch off, they take like 1/4 of an inch off. They're horrible. But that's mostly it. Okay.
Here's my issue with getting my hair cut. I've always had body issues, Ray, specifically when it comes to my hair. Now that I'm older, it's getting thin, all right, starting to fall out, right? And maybe, within the next 3 years, I'll probably be shaving myself bald, but I don't want to right now. So what I did, Ray, to kind of combat that was try to grow my hair longer so I can hide a lot of the thinning with more hair. Okay. Well, long hair sucks. All right. And it wasn't that long, but it was enough that it was just bothering me all the time. And then it takes work. You got to put gel and hairspray to keep it up. And it's just a pain in the ass. Whereas if you remember what I looked like from the old show, I used to have nice short hair, right? Kind of like almost like a military cut. And it was great. It was nice and close on the sides, short on the top. Just lay it down flat with a little spick of gel and you're good to go. So the last couple of times I got my hair cut, I've tried telling the barber, listen, I want this short. I want it, less than 1 on the sides, and I want it short on top. But they always do what they're gonna do anyways. They don't think I should go that short, so they're not gonna cut it that short. And I'm not gonna sit there and fucking argue with them, right? Because what am I gonna accomplish at that point? I'm gonna get something I don't like. So for the last couple of times, I've been asking to go short, and they haven't been doing it. They've been doing their own thing, and it was long. It was long. I went someplace new on Tuesday, right? I went someplace new. And, if you know what kind of ladies, I'm attracted to, I will always go to this place.
You found a new home.
Found a new home.
Even if the haircut was terrible, I'm still going back.
It's still going back. I sat my son in the chair and I told Leia, I said, I want him to have a 1 on the sides, a high fade, and shorten up the top. And she did it. Perfect. I sat in the chair. She's like, you want the same thing? I said, well, almost. Do you have the OA blade? That's between the 0 and the 1. And she said, yes. I said, I want the OA, and I want all this shit in the top of my head. I want it gone. I want just enough where I can lay it down flat. And you know what she did, Ray? She did exactly what I asked her to do. She shaved the sides down, high fade, and took the top down so it just lays down flat. There's no hair hanging anywhere. And I sat in that chair and I was just smiling. Smiling because she was wearing tight pants and her ass looked nice. Also because she was doing to my hair what I needed, what I wanted done. And it was just remarkable. And I was so happy. So I love getting my hair cut, but I hate dick ass, stupid fucking barbers.
Yep. I concur. That's amazing that you're able to go to a place and literally get a dream haircut. Like you walk out and you got to go, I'm going to pinch myself because this must have been a dream. That's incredible.
It was, and you know what? And it wasn't even that expensive either. I gotta, Ray, do you know what Groupon is? You use Groupon?
Oh yeah. All the time. Yeah.
I feel like such a fucking loser when I use Groupon, but I do it anyways because to save some money on shit. And I feel like a cheap ass when I'm doing it.
I should use it more often. I mean, that's the reality. No, that's what actually, so like today, right? I went to Target, got some stuff, and when I left, I texted my wife and I was like, you're going to be so proud of me. I used the Target/Cartwheel app. It used to be Cartwheel, now it's just Target app.
Yeah.
But I was like, I saved $3 on the laundry detergent that I got. She was like, cool.
Yeah. Was she all turned on afterwards? Because like chicks tend to get turned on when you save money. It's weird.
Oh yeah. No, dude. Yeah. Anyway.
Like I'll go buy something, I'll go to the store and buy some stuff, right? And they'll be like, buy 1 pack of strawberries, get 2 for free. Okay. So my wife will go in and buy 1 pack of strawberries and get 2 for free. But then like the 3rd pack goes bad because they don't eat them fast enough. I'm like, what? Yeah. I understand it's buy 1, get 2 free, but why? You don't need to. So anyways, right? We had that discussion. So there was there was bread on sale, like buy 1, get 1 or whatever the sale was. I forget what it was. And so I did exactly as the sale told me to. And I brought that home and my wife looks at me and was like, well, why'd you get 2 of these? And I said, because it was buy 1, get 1. Why wouldn't I get 2? She's like, well, we're not going to eat the second one.
Yeah. You're like, well, was I going to leave it there? What if we eat 1 1/4? We're still ahead.
This is what you want. This is what turns you on. Me saving money and shopping.
Yeah, at the very least, you take the extra loaf of bread and you take it to Cape Cod and feed it to the ducks or the pigeons or something.
Some bullshit. You can do something.
Something.
Yeah, exactly. I had so much clam chowder.
Your kids like a frisbee.
I had clam chowder and I love clam chowder. And if you listen to any of my shows in the past, you know how much I love clam chowder. And I had like 6 bowls of clam chowder in 3 days.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it was good. It's good. I had oysters today, Ray. I had 6 oysters. I've never had that many before because I'm like just getting into oysters. My papa would be so proud. And what's funny, I'm coming back to it. We went to lunch today. We finally got to a place I really wanted to go to. It's called Spanky's. Spanky's Clam Shack.
It reminds me of, what is it?
My parents.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah. And my parents go to Cape Cod like every year and they go to Spanky's all the time. So they keep telling me to go. And what's funny, across the street from Spanky's is the Hyannis Holiday Motel, which my parents still stay at and which is the hotel like we stayed at when I was going there with them when I was 6, 7, 8 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's weird. Man. I'm telling my kids that. Like, I was like, oh man, I'm so fucking old. I'm so old, right? Like we're at this water park and there's like all these young ladies who just running around. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like I am so old. Like I'm just old and it's terrible. Don't get old, Ray. Stay 34 forever.
Oh yeah. I tell my kids that. I'm like, hey, Stella, can you just stay tiny forever? And she's like, I can't help it grow. No, but I want you guys to stay small. I want everyone to just be small and young all the time and tiny and squeezable.
My daughter says yes when I tell her the exact same thing. So can you just stay little forever? Say, yep. All right, cool.
Oh.
All right. Well, if you want to leave a voicemail
fun.
for us, 860-316-4776. And if you have an idea or a suggestion for I Love My Butt, You can email us, richdickmanshow@gmail.com, tweet us at richdickmanshow, or call that voicemail line, Dickman line, 860-316-4776.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here's our first nominee.
Well, after shaming him, Svensson finally submitted one. In Svensson's email he sent to us, he says, "Congrats, guys." So I don't know what this is going to say, but let's find out, because I miss him. Here we go.
Oh,
Hello,
boy.
Rimgar and Ray, and to the Rich Dickman Show. This is Svensson here, calling him my Dick of the Week. This week's Dick of the Week, or should I say this month's Dick of the Week, is the Rich Dickman Show. Guys, seriously, I've been working 10 to 12 hours a day for 6 days a week for the entire month of June. It was a little hard to do a Dick of the Week, but now that July is here and end of quarter is over, I'll have a little bit more time to do a Dick of the Week. So, this week's Dick of the Week is the Rich Dickman Show. Congratulations, guys. Anyway, this is Svensson here. Hopefully everyone has a happy and wonderful week. Keep up the good work, guys, and I will continue to try to submit a Dick of the Week at least once a week. Thanks a lot. Take care.
I'm going to nominate somebody else for Dick of the Week here. I'm going to nominate not knowing how to end a call. Fucking Svensson. Like, who do you think you are, Svensson?
I would say that after enough heckling, he's bound. I knew this was coming at some point. He was bound to call it and say that we're the Dick of the Week, because it's not nonstop, but it's pretty frequent that we either call Svensson the Dick of the Week or something along those lines. So it's not surprising that it's finally come to this. What's more surprising, I think, is the fact that he didn't do this sooner. So maybe you're still the Dick of the Week, Svensson, because it took you this long to nominate us as the Dick of the Week.
Svensson, do you really think you telling us that you're working 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, has any effect on our emotions at all? Ray, how many 10 to 12 hours days a week have you done? Enough.
I average
right? Enough.
8 a week.
Okay, there you go. All right. I have put in my share of 10 to 12 hour days for free, mind you, because I don't get paid after 8 hours, Ray.
Same here.
But I did it, Svensson. I did it. And did you hear me complain? No, sir. I still get on the podcast every Thursday, and I still edit that show every Friday for release for you to download for free in your podcast app every week, Svensson. So your excuses do not move me. They do not work on me. You, just by submitting that voicemail, have moved yourself right up into the top of the ranks for Dick of the Week. Now, Svensson, I appreciate you, getting your shit together and finally putting one in. All right. I do appreciate that. So I will not nominate you for Dick of the Week because you did submit something, but I won't forget this. Okay. There used to be,
I won't forget this.
There used to be a store on Main Street in Middletown, Connecticut called, I don't remember what it was called. Actually, I think it was literally called Hispanic Market. Okay. And on the outside of the window, there was a bright neon sign that said, "We forgive, but we don't forget." Svensson, here at the Rich Dickman Show, we forgive, but we don't forget.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Well, and so I will say, Svensson, I absolutely respect the fact that you're putting your job as a priority, just in general. So I was actually having this discussion with my wife where it's weird because like family first, right? But on the other hand, you got to hold down a job to like support your family. So you have to it is kind of like job first. So, I mean, I get it. You got to, work hard work pays off, all that. But I mean, we're not asking that much of you, Svensson. I'm just saying. I mean, I get it. Like I work fucking 50 to 60 hours a week. I don't get paid any overtime. I literally like on one Monday, it was a holiday, And this guy's calling me, one of our guys that works in the field. He's like, oh, I don't want to drive that far and this and that, right? And he's like, what would you do? I really don't want to drive that far. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm here. I'm literally the only person probably in the country working right now. It's a fucking holiday and I'm in the warehouse right now loading shit up. Why? Because the job needs to get fucking done. You got no sympathy for me. And the same applies to you. Like I was in there today. No one's fucking working today. But was I there? Yeah. And I even got bamboozled into that bullshit. Yeah. But anyway, still, regardless, I was there. I still worked like 6 hours today and I didn't even have, like, no one expected to work today. You know how hard it was to contact anyone today? I made so many phone calls. No one answered. Nobody. Why? They're all off.
Now, Ray, to Svensson's credit, he did submit 2 other nominees through Twitter.
Ooh, nice.
Possibly nice. 3. Well, I don't remember.
And he does his stuff's. He is maybe quality over quantity. It's not like he's like bombarding us with ones that are terrible. So you get a little leeway there, Svensson.
Okay. All right. So this one comes from Svensson from Yahoo Lifestyle. Woman banned from Walmart after eating half a cake in the store, then refusing to pay full price. A woman in Texas has been banned from her local Walmart after she ate part of a cake inside the chain store and then refused to pay full price for the half-eaten cake at the register. Wichita Falls Police Department spokesperson Officer Jeff Hughes confirmed to Wichita Falls Times Record News that officers responded to a call from the Walmart on Greenbrier Road on June 25th just after 8 p.m. The unnamed woman allegedly entered the store, ate half a cake, and only wanted to pay for the remaining half despite employees witnessing her eating the cake as she walked toward the register. Hughes told the outlet that the woman ultimately was banned from the store by police for theft. I don't know if she got the whole cake. I don't know if she left with the other half of it, Hughes told NBC News. Although the woman was banned, employees did not wish to press charges. This, however, is not the first time in Wichita Falls police had to respond to a bizarre incident in a Walmart. In January, employees at another Walmart in the Texas city, Wichita Falls is in Texas?
Well, that's like there's
I thought that was in Kansas.
Many cities, technically. I mean, there could be one in Texas also.
Called the police when a woman was seen allegedly drinking wine from a Pringles can as she rode an electric cart for hours.
What the fuck? What? Drinking wine from a Pringles can?
As she rode an electric cart. Okay.
What?
All right. Next submission. And this is kind of related to that. And I think I might have to do a little Rembrandt after this.
That person's my hero. What the fuck? That's ingenious. Who even thinks of that? Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah. All right. So this one is good as well. You may have heard this story, but this is also from Yahoo. Again, from Svensson. Thank you, Svensson, for your hard work this week.
Yes.
Love you, man. I'm just kidding. Police identify culprit who licked ice cream, returned pint to freezer in viral video. The Lufkin Police Department in Texas announced on Friday that it identified the suspect at the center of a viral video who is seen licking the inside of an ice cream tub and returning it to the shelf in a Walmart store. Joma, get a handle on you Texas people. This is gross.
Texas is the new Florida.
Okay, so Lufkin Police Department spokesperson Jessica Pebsworth tells Yahoo Lifestyle that the woman in question is a juvenile from San Antonio, Texas, and her identity has not been publicly released. The case will be turned over to Texas juvenile justice system. Let's see. So, all right. So if you haven't seen this chick goes to Walmart. Was it a Walmart? Goes to the store, opens up the freezer section, takes out a thing of ice cream, licks the ice cream, and then puts it back in the freezer. My wife had said that she was reading that she may face up to 20 years in prison. And I said, good. She absolutely should get the max charge they can possibly throw at her. And if they can't, she should be forced into thousands of dollars of legal debt to defend herself. Since this, Ray, I have seen somebody striding down the aisle of a pharmacy, grabbing a bottle of mouthwash, ingesting some of the mouthwash, gargling it and spitting it back into the bottle and putting it back on the shelf. I've also seen somebody else grab a thing of ice cream from the freezer section and use their hands to scoop out a bunch of it and eat it and then put it back into the freezer. Ray, if we don't stop these people now, nothing's safe. Nothing's safe. We got a bunch of assholes walking down the stores thinking they're entitled to something, that they're funny, whatever it is. And they're essentially poisoning people's food or their hygienic products of hygiene.
Well, okay. Did you actually watch the video?
I can turn it on right now.
It just do that and look at the girl that does this, because it'll give you a lot of insight into what was going on.
Okay.
Lick it. Oh, you foul. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Oh, you're a hoe.
Whoa.
Whoops.
Whoa. Was that on the video, or was that somebody else's commentary? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, it wasn't me. I can tell you that much. Okay, but basically, I think that it's important to see what she looks like, because how old
she's
do you
fucking
think
insane. She's insane. She's probably like 17, 18.
Okay. So here's my point then. The argument that I would make. She doesn't need maximum sentence. She doesn't need anything. She's young and immature and making stupid decisions. And the reason she's doing it is 1, peer pressure, and 2, because she doesn't know any better. She doesn't understand the consequences. If you gave her 20 years in prison, that's why, you're literally ruining her life.
Oh, good. I'm glad, because you know what? This needs to be punished to the max so other people stop doing this shit. If she gets off the slap on the wrist, people are going to keep doing this, like in the videos I saw. Are you kidding me? She doesn't know the consequences of her actions. If it's not stealing, the first thing, it's stealing, because she's taking something that's not hers and then eating it or licking it. All right, so there's theft right there. But, I mean, come on. You're old enough to know at that age, God, with the health classes we have these days, that you should not be licking somebody else's ice cream and throwing it back in a freezer for somebody else to buy. Are you insane? She doesn't know what she's doing?
Oh, yeah. No, well, that's the thing, right? But, so, I've saw something where a bunch of people in the Twitter post that I saw, that I came across for this one, they're saying stuff like, well, that's seriously dangerous for people with an immune deficiency. And I'm like, well, okay. Now, I don't know the stats on how many people that is, but now we're making real big leaps there, that all of a sudden she has some sort of whatever it might be that's going to affect somebody else that also happens to have an autoimmune deficiency or whatever it is, and then it's going to kill them or something. Like, I'm like, we're making leaps. Now, I'm not saying that's out of the question, but like all of a sudden everyone's making these gigantic assumptions, like worst case scenario. No, I'm with you.
It's just gross.
We should punish her. Well, that's the point, is why put her in prison for 20 years. The point is, I guarantee you put her in jail for one day, she's never going to do anything even remotely close to that again. She'll be like, what the fuck? I had no idea. I guarantee you she didn't think anything would happen.
Ray, how many people have lost their Twitter accounts or their Patreons because they believed in something that was quote unquote wrong think? All right. This stupid idiot needs to get everything that's coming to her for being an asshole. And all right. So this is like something we can actually take action on for. It's totally unacceptable behavior.
Okay. Do you know how many times I've peed on a car's handle just because I have been drinking and just felt like it, or fucking had sex in public? Jail. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you do all sorts of crazy shit. Like, I've had many encounters with police, Ray, in fairly not so bad situations.
Ray, how many times have you having sex in public been filmed?
Filmed. I don't think ever.
Exactly. Okay. We're in an age now where you do something stupid,
I'm aware of.
You put it on Twitter, and then you have a whole bunch of other assholes copycatting you, just like I gave the example of these two idiots I just saw recently.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's already a backlash. Like, everyone that watched it is like, that's gross. Like, it's not, there shouldn't be that many people that are like, ooh, that's cool. That's not the next ice bucket challenge.
All right, Ray. You know what?
I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm just saying we don't need to put her in prison for 20 years for licking some ice cream.
20 years in prison. Gross. You stop it. Set an example for everybody. We need harsher punishments for people now. Okay? I mean, you got people trying to normalize pedophilia. Are you kidding me? Everybody needs to be in jail. Fuck it. Fucking everybody needs to be in jail.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, there's just worse things out there. It's just like much worse things we should focus on.
People are terrible these days. We've lost all sense of decency as a society. Hey, man, I never expected beer to make me this old and grumpy. Holy shit.
Yo, you young whippersnapper.
Jesus Christ. All right, next one. Let's see what this one is. This is our last one tonight, unless you have another one you want to submit. But
No.
From the Chicago Tribune, U.S. Customs agents seize 32 pounds of African rat meat at O'Hare. Officials say U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport thwarted a man's attempt to import several pounds of African rat meat. And the crazies say we shouldn't have Border Patrol. Customs spokesman Steve Bandsback said Tuesday that the man declared the 32 pounds of meat on June 26 when his flight arrived from the Ivory Coast. The meat was confiscated and destroyed.
Oh, see, he declared it. So, he's, we don't need Border Patrol.
Department of Agriculture says a highly contagious, deadly viral disease affects domestic wild pigs, now threat to humans. Oh, they want to prevent that swine fever. Okay. I mean,
that makes sense.
He's not that much of a dick. He just didn't know any better. But thank God for our Border Patrol.
It's interesting, to prevent African swine fever.
Yeah.
Which is weird that swine fever in rats.
Seems like it's a little too particular for my taste though, Ray. Why can't it just be general swine fever?
When I worked at In-N-Out, they had training videos, right? So one of them's like how to do the Heimlich maneuver, and we all called it the Smurf video. Why? Because during the video, one guy starts choking. This guy starts choking, right? And he actually turns like blue. They did whatever this was in the 90s to make a person's skin look blue. Whatever weird, terrible graphic, whatever they did was bad. But the best part was when they were talking about like harassment in the workplace, and they were like, all right, so here's an example of harassment. And they go, he goes, why do they call it PMS? And there's a lady standing there, eavesdropping. And these guys, two guys talking to each other. The other guy goes, because mad cow disease was already taken. And they start cracking up. And this lady's like, what? And she's all storms up. It's fucking best.
That's a great joke. My God. That's hilarious.
I just loved it, man. I was like, that's fucking hilarious because they put that in the training. We would just say that all the time.
And this is how
swine fever and mad cow disease, there's a correlation there, sort of.
And this is how comedy died, because they put stuff like this in training videos. That's a funny joke. It's a funny joke.
Well, and especially because you mean nothing by, like it's funny, man.
It's not like you're saying, Karen, they should have called you piggy flu. It's not like you're directing it to anybody. It's just a joke. All right, Ray, what are your thoughts? Do you have anything you want to add, or do you know who your winner is?
Man, it's really tough. Man, that is really tough. I think I would settle on the woman at Walmart eating the cake.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
I mean, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and she's trying to get like half a cake for free too. That's pretty dickish. That's really dickish.
Yeah.
After much deliberation, the incredibly handsome expert judges have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to...
I love that we're experts at judging people being dicks. It goes to the woman banned from Walmart for eating half a cake.
Nice.
Asshole.
Thanks for the submission, Svensson.
Like, what do you, like, even if that was true, is who in their right fucking mind is going to grab a box that has half a cake in it that clearly wasn't supposed to be half a cake? Who's going to take that home? I mean, like, how stupid does she think people are?
Well, and even like my kids innately, without me even teaching them, they're like, you go in the store, right? And they're like, man, I really want to eat that whatever treat. Like we go by, down the food aisle, right? And there's the little Nutella, like little single serving things that have the sticks in one half and the Nutella in the other. Dude, those things are like, my kids will be like, oh, I want one, right? So we get them, right? They know, don't open it till you pay for it. Without me even ever telling them that.
Yeah.
So why is this lady going in there and just like, yeah, I'm just going to eat some of this and well, it'll be good. It's fine.
I just...
Fucking dick.
All right.
Just wrong.
What we got here? Let's see.
Hey guys, it's time for the Thinking with Your Dickman segment. Send in your questions and we'll give you some advice. For example, I was told that recording in a public restroom helps with sound quality, so here I am.
Hey, what are you doing in here?
Yeah, what are you doing in here?
Maybe we'll be able to give you better advice than what that homeless guy gave me.
Oh, I went to wrestling last week, didn't I? I didn't even talk about that. I got to see producer Ryan, assistant producer Sam, Chris O.C., got a hot pot. Had a good time.
Oh,
Ray,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do this one real quick, but I like to take the train down. So I drive, I go to the train station. All right. And I'm super excited because I'm early. I'm going to make the early train so I can get down there, hang out with my friend a little bit more. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I get to the train station, I get parking, and then I go inside and there are lines and so, well, that's kind of weird. Why is there a line? And then I look up at the train board and it says my 1:38 train is delayed. I'm like, oh, fuck, that kind of sucks. I wonder how long it's delayed for. So I go wait in line. I go talk to the ticket man and ticket man says, hey dude. And I'm like, hey man, what's up? What's up with the delay? And he's like, well, we had a fire down at Stratford and the 12:20 trains haven't even arrived yet. And at this point, it's now like 1:30. And I said, oh, so do you have any ideas when the trains will be getting to going again? And he said, nope. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to buy a ticket today. I'm going to drive to New York. So I took a drive down to Queens.
Wow.
And that was actually, it worked out better, cause traffic wasn't terrible. I got parking right in front of Chris's apartment and then I was able to leave whenever I wanted to instead of having to, try to rush to make a train and then being on a train for 2.5 hours when I can get home in an hour and 50. So it was, it worked out for the best. Good times. Okay.
So how is Hot Pot? What do you actually do there?
Oh, Hot Pot's the best. I love Hot Pot so much.
You'll have to explain it to me.
I will. So what you want to do, Ray, after we're done tonight, you're going to go on YouTube. You want to look up Mikey Chen Strictly Dumpling channel and you want to watch his videos on Hot Pot and you'll see what Hot Pot is. But it's a wonderful dining experience. It's part of the Asian culture, Chinese, Korean. There's all different types of Hot Pot. There's Japanese Hot Pot as well. But for the most part, Ray, you pick yourself a broth to cook your foods in. Okay. They have spicy and they have all sorts of different flavors of bone broth and they're regular different kinds. Okay. And then you order the rest of your meal. If you want some sliced beef, some pork belly, some chicken, they have lamb. Then you get your vegetables, whether it's cabbage or broccoli or mushrooms. And at some places, it's all you can eat. So you just keep ordering stuff and keep cooking it. You can get noodles to cook in your broth as well. And you're there and you're sitting in front of your pot and you're having a good time chilling with your friends and family. And you're cooking your food in your pot and you're eating it. And they have a sauce bar where you can make your own delicious sauces to dip your food into. I always like to make like a spicy sauce and a vegetable sauce that's a little more salty, right? And oh man, Hot Pot is just the best. Here in Connecticut, we don't have all you can eat Hot Pot. We have to pay, for each, it's not all you can eat, basically what I'm saying. So it gets a little pricier, but in New York, down in Queens where we go, it's $23.95 for an all you can eat Hot Pot experience. Fucking amazing.
That actually sounds good. Speaking of sauces, I made something the other day that was pretty good. I just did mayonnaise, mustard, paprika, and Tabasco sauce. That actually turned out pretty good.
Look at you.
But anyway, that's like super simple. But it's pretty good to put on like a chicken bacon Swiss. Anyway, it was pretty good on a burger. But you know what I did? So you went to Hot Pot. Was that Saturday or something like that?
Yeah.
Is that what day that was?
Saturday, yep.
So Sunday we were driving around. We did something out of town. So we were in the neck of the woods where one of the really good Mongolian places is in this area.
Oh.
Have you ever had Mongolian?
I've had Mongolian beef at P.F. Chang's. So no.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
I'm talking about Mongolian barbecue. Oh man, it'll change your life. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So there's an art form to it also.
Is it like donkeys and horses or what are you barbecuing?
So this place has, let me think about what they have. I know they have chicken, beef, lamb, turkey, and I think one more, but I can't remember what it is. So meats, and then all sorts of vegetables. You got, just whatever you can think of. Definitely like carrots and whatever. I don't know. I'm a carnivore. I don't even eat vegetables. Fuck vegetables. So I pretty much, there's an art form to it where you literally pack all the meat in the bottom and then you build up the sides of the bowl with more meat. If that makes sense. Like you extend the edges of the bowl upward so you can fit more noodles in there. And I don't know why I do this when it's a buffet, because the guys that cook it, they literally look at me like, are you fucking serious? Like they give me that look like, what the fuck, man? You realize it's a buffet and I can't fit all this food back in the fucking bowl. But I'm like, I don't care. I'll eat it all. Like, you, cook it, motherfucker. But yeah, no, oh man, those noodles. So it's really hard to explain there's nothing that the noodles compare to. So essentially, like, it's kind of like spaghetti noodles, but they're barbecued. It's really hard to explain. They look kind of like spaghetti noodles, I guess. I don't know. It's the closest thing
you sound excited. You sound excited.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I went and ate that, and I don't know. Every time we go, I gain like 5 pounds because
do your kids like it
as much as possible?
Your kids enjoy it?
No, little shit bags.
See, what about your wife? Does she enjoy it?
Yeah, she doesn't mind it. I like it a lot more.
So
than
who'd you go with? Your wife and your
family.
kids, or did you just go by yourself and some friends?
So this time I went with the wife and kids. But that was only just because that's who we had at the time.
All right.
But I got some other friends that we like to go whenever we have time.
That's nice.
It's a good time.
See, I have no friends. My friend lives in Queens, and I have to get with him to go do things that I enjoy. I try taking my family to Hot Pot, Ray. And if my wife isn't in the mood, not interesting to her. My daughter wants no part of Hot Pot. She doesn't like it at all. All right. It's too complicated for her. My son, like, he likes it when his mother likes it. All right. When his mother doesn't like Hot Pot, he's not into it. Yeah. I got home Saturday night, man. I got home. It was almost 1:00 in the morning. My son was up. He woke up. And, so I walked in the house and he's in his room. He's kind of staring at the wall. He's wide awake. I sit down on the bed. I said, hey buddy, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I just woke up. What's going on, man? When'd you get home? I was like, I just got home a few minutes ago. He's like, what'd you do? And I said, I went to wrestling, went to Hot Pot. He's like, you went to Hot Pot? And I was like, yeah, I went to Hot Pot. He's like, oh, I want to go to Hot Pot. I'm like, dude, I literally ask you freaking kids and your mother every goddamn weekend if you want to go to Hot Pot. And everybody always says no. Now you want to go to Hot Pot because I was in New York. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, my kids, kids, you love them. And sometimes you're like, are you for real right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So one day, I don't know if I've said this one before, but so Stella one day, right? She's, me and her are at home. Wife and other daughter are at cheer practice. So Stella's like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm like, what do you want for dinner? And I normally, like, I'm the one that does all the cooking. And I'm not like some amazing cook, but I'll actually make food. Like not just the simple basic whatever it is, right? Like I'll actually make a meal. So she goes, I just want like spaghetti. I was like, okay. I was like, what do you want? She's like, just spaghetti with noodles, like just the noodles and some butter and cheese. I'm like, all right. So again, I'll make meals with like a 5-course meal sometimes, right? So I make literally spaghetti with butter and cheese on it. And she even says, she's like, Daddy, thank you. This is the best I've ever had.
Aww.
I'm like, on the one hand, I'm like, well, thank you. On the other hand, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I make nice steak dinners or whatever. It's like, this is the thing you say thank you for?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like, you research a recipe and you put something amazing together and you're so proud of yourself and it's like, yeah, all right. But then you make your plain pasta, your macaroni and cheese out of a box. Oh God, this is the best. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, no one ever says thank you. I fucking cook every goddamn night. And the one time I get a thank you, it's literally spaghetti with butter and cheese on it. And that's it. Not even a side and nothing.
Man, let me talk about kids for a second, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I love my kids to death, all right? I will murder somebody for my kids if I have to, okay?
Here comes Dad Pod.
Yeah. I went fishing with my son today. We did fishing out in Cape Cod, and it was the best time, right? I mean, we caught fish. Somebody caught a shark, literally caught a sand shark.
Nice.
Yeah, and brought it up. Yeah, it was really cool. I had a great experience. I had a lot of fun. That being said, vacations are an entirely different animal when you have children. My wife and I used to go on vacation, and it was noted this week that it was funny. Whenever we check into a hotel room, the first thing we do is go to sleep. Like, we just take a nap as soon as we got to the hotel room. Maybe a little on the side, you know what I'm saying? But, we would take a nap and then go out later in the night. And then, we'd find things to do, either just like walk around, find restaurants to go to, find a show, find some sort of activity that was kind of relaxing, just take a chill pill and relax, have a few drinks. Yeah, that was vacation, right? Not no more, man. It was nonstop fucking pool for 2 days straight. Pool, water park, nonstop. And I had to get in with the kids and, playing with them is fun, sure, but man, oh man, would I have rather been at a nice restaurant or on my bed just chilling and relaxing or sitting out under the sun. A lot of things I could have been doing outside of being in a pool nonstop as my daughter is jumping in from the side and I'm catching her. And while that's great,
Yeah.
I just want to relax. I just want to relax, man. I just want to chill out and just relax and not think about anything. Kids change things.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't really speak to, like, I don't even know the last time I actually took a real vacation because it's always been for like cheer. Yeah. It's for something, right? It's not a vacation. Last time I did that was, oh man, I was still single at the time. That was probably like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Or at least like 13 years ago. Anyway, but we got some family friends that their kids, they have some older kids and they actually like, they'll go to like a Mexican resort and because they got some older kids, they can actually like relax. So I think in a couple of years, you'll get to the point where your kids won't necessarily want your attention as much while on vacation. They'll want to do their own thing. So you will actually get to relax. So I think it's coming.
Unfortunately, Ray, without things being said, I think that's not the case.
Oh, yeah. That's
Ray.
I know what you mean.
We got to get to this thinking with your Dickman. Go ahead and read the email.
God damn it. All right. Damn it. Yeah, that just brought me down. There's a fucking, all my plans out the window. So John writes in, man, this guy's on fire.
Thank you,
Speaking
John.
of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a nice guy. This guy's such a contributor. How do I convince my children to listen to good music, not the hip hop and top 40 that is all over the radio? What do you think?
Oh man, John, this is a tough one, John, because you know what? This is not a battle that you can win. All right. So you have to pick. Excuse me. Let me say that again. This is not a war you can win. So you have to pick the battles that you can win and use those, as propaganda, really. Basically you want to keep your kids away from all the music that's going to make them want to do bad things to other people or themselves. All right. So you kind of want to guide them down, a path. Now, top 40 music, the hip hop and top 40 is all over the radio. You can't avoid that. It's all over their school. Their friends are talking about it. So you have to be able to counter that, with good feelings and positive vibes. So if Bruno Mars is singing about, fill up my liquor and get the stretch, you have to explain to them, hey, that's the life of a celebrity, not necessarily of a child. All right. So you don't want to fill up your liquor cup and get the stretch limousine. Julio doesn't work for you. Julio works for Bruno Mars. What you want to be able to do also is expose them to the music you think is good, right? So I don't force my kids to listen to the 90s alternative rock that I love or the early 2000s rock that I love, but I do have it on. So when I turn my car on and we're driving around, my radio station is playing. And when I'm listening to music at home while I'm cooking or whatever it is in the house, I have my Google Home playing like Smashing Pumpkins or some Breaking Benjamin or some Shinedown or some even some Coldplay. And
there you go.
We got all sorts of music going. So they're exposed to different types of music. Now, my son, for whatever reason, loves listening to Barry Manilow, and I couldn't be more happy.
What?
All right. He loves listening to Barry Manilow. Cool. That's fine. No problem there, buddy. Barry Manilow, while maybe Barry Manilow's music doesn't hold today, Barry Manilow was a phenomenal musician and composer, and still is. All right. Barry Manilow is a genius when it comes to music. The Band-Aid song, Barry Manilow. The Nationwide song, Barry Manilow. Did you know that, Ray?
I didn't, but so I'm not too familiar with Barry Manilow actually, but I will say that just quality artists. That's what you need to do is get guys that are real artists.
Yes. And you want to explain to them, real music versus, things that are made out of computer. And while there's nothing wrong with music made out of a computer, all right, you do want to kind of point out that there is a difference. There's one guy sitting at a computer putting music together, and then there's a band playing real instruments, mixing music together as well. So there is a difference there.
Yeah. Well, I brought some, okay. Your point was if you listen to your music that you like and you find to be quality music, that it might just rub off on the kids. And I brought in Exhibit A, Stella, what's your favorite song?
Thunderstruck.
Did you hear that?
Thunderstruck.
Yes. And who sings that song?
AC/DC.
High five.
Aww.
You're awesome.
Thank you,
Do you
Stella.
love that song? Now, how loud do we listen to it in the car? This much. She's trying to explain it with her hands. Okay. Well, I'll let you get back to it, okay? Anyway, so I've got some good videos of us just cranking Thunderstruck in the car.
That's great. See,
so
you got to expose them to the stuff that you are more in favor of.
Yeah. Well, like the reality is like, yeah, the more you can expose them to quality music, the better. The other song that she really likes is that Old Town Road song. Apparently that's her new little hot item right now, where, I mean, she's only 6, but she'll be like, Alexa, play whatever. And yeah, that one's fun. Which, by the way, that song, the first couple times I heard it, I thought he was saying like, I was gonna take my horse to the hotel room, and I was like, what is this bestiality in this song? This is weird, man.
Jesus, Ray.
Like, that was how I heard it. Anyway, it's not a good song at all anyway. It's still a shit song.
My daughter's favorite song right now, outside of Stronger by Kelly Clarkson, is Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max.
I don't know that one. Or I don't think I do. I try not to listen to the pop in the top 40.
Well, you have to listen
who
some
sings
of these lyrics, because my daughter doesn't understand what Ava Max is singing about here.
Oh, I'm sure.
Some of the lyrics here. She'll make you curse, but she is a blessing. She'll rip your shirt within a second. You'll be coming back for seconds with your plate. You just can't help it. Here's another one. Grab a cop gun, kind of crazy. She's poison, but tasty. Yeah, people say run, don't walk away, 'cause she's sweet, but a psycho. A little bit psycho. At night, she's screaming, I'm out of my mind. See, someone said don't drink her potions. She'll kiss your neck with no emotion. When she's mean, you know you love it, 'cause she tastes so sweet. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't stay away from the psycho ones. Please stay away from the psycho ones. And I hope my daughter doesn't turn psycho. But anyways, that's her favorite song. It's
weird too, because like, right, the Rolling Stones, when they came to the US, were considered just way too, I don't know, sexual, I guess. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, look at them today, you're like, really? I don't see that. So, I don't know. Maybe that means that we're the old prudes now. On the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, like a 10-year-old or 8-year-old or whatever it is, like, they don't need to hear that. I don't know.
All right. So thank you, John, for writing in again. If you guys would like to ask a question for Thinking with Your Dickman, richdickmanshow@gmail.com. You can do it with voicemail as well. Call the Dickman line, 860-316-4776. Ray,
nice.
We got some notes down here. What do you mean Megan Rapinoe?
Yeah, hey.
What?
Yeah, have you been following the U.S. women's national team and like the World Cup in general?
No, nobody cares about women's sports.
Okay. I got a couple things. Now, we could talk about equality. Let's get this out of the way real quick. No, so, like, this is what's so funny. The argument these days, like, I've been harping on this since the World Cup started. Everyone's like, the women need equal pay. And I'm like, bullshit, no, they don't. And here's why. According to the studies that I saw, again, I read a couple articles, but they are more popular than, okay, I can name more of the women's team, the U.S. national women's team players than the men's team. I don't know anyone on the men's team. And even if you go back a few years where like I used to know some of the guys, like I don't know any of the guys. They're not that good. So anyway, the women are more popular. They generate more revenue and are just generally more viewed and everything. So I'm like, wait, why are we fighting to have them paid the same as the men? Shouldn't they make more? Like they generate more revenue. Like you should get paid what you're worth. Stop this bullshit of equal pay. Like, you should get paid what you're worth. Right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, you're crazy. Hold on. I'm Googling soccer versus women's.
But doesn't that make sense? Like I shouldn't get paid the same as someone that does the same job as me if they don't do it as well. Like, if I do it better or worse, like, you should get paid reflecting on how well you do the job. And the women's, that team, like, they've won how many World Cups now? I mean, they're legitimately good. They generate more revenue than the men's team. Like, why are they getting paid less? It's ridiculous.
See, Ray, what you're missing here, and you're only thinking, you're thinking from a very narrow-minded American point of view. Okay? Mm-hmm. Here in America.
A capitalist point of view.
Well, not necessarily. Here in America, we believe everybody's equal and everybody's the same. Yet we label everybody with different sexuality, different race, different gender, all sorts of things. Even though we're all the same, we still use labels, which is, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, we're very different from the rest of the world, right? Huel's new group, they don't like diversity. All right. A lot of the world doesn't like diversity. A lot of the world is still very sexist. Okay. What does that mean? That means when it comes to the World Cup, the Men's World Cup generates far more revenue as a whole than the Women's World Cup does. All right. And that's just the facts. America can jack its dick off all they want about how we're equal and everybody should be the same. But the rest of the world doesn't necessarily feel the same way. The men being paid more than the women is no product of American sexism. It's a product of capitalism throughout the world and revenue generation. That's why there's a pay difference. Now here in America, the women's team is more popular than the men's team only because the women's team is good and the men's team never has been. All right. Try that with a different sport. Nobody gives a shit about softball. Nobody gives a shit about field hockey. Nobody gives a shit about women's hockey. Nobody gives a shit about women's football. Even if they do it in lingerie, nobody cares. All right. Now, if the men's team, let me turn that off. What am I hearing here? I brought up a website and they got an ad on it.
Well, and I agree with you. Like, that's a thing, right? Like I'm comparing the U.S. men's and women's teams for equal pay. There's, like, if you go to Europe, the men over there are way more popular. So again, they bring in more revenue. They should get paid more. Same thing. Like you compare like NBA, WNBA. The NBA makes way more money. Of course they get paid more. All I'm saying is you should get paid what you're worth across the board. And so that's where I'm saying, like, I get what you were kind of bringing in there is like over the whole World Cup. I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm just saying men's and women's in the U.S. Like the women are more popular. They're bringing more overall revenue. They should get paid more, or at least what they're worth. Not less.
I'm not smart enough to be able to tell you what, because with the men's team, they have you have MLS, you have Major League Soccer here in the United States, and then you have the national team. Now I'm pretty sure their national salary gets based off of like the rest of the teams in the world. I'm not sure though, nor do I care. If the United States wants to pay the women more than the men, they should. But there's something in there that's not happening.
Well, it does come down to the collective bargaining agreements.
Yeah.
Just in sports in general, they have collective bargaining agreements. So that's part of it too, is like, you guys gotta fucking sack up and, get some good lawyers and stuff like that. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, we came to the table during the negotiation periods and we had nothing and we're gonna complain that we're getting paid less. Like, you gotta bring your argument forward.
America likes a winner, right? So when the UConn women's basketball team was winning all the time, everybody liked them until they didn't like them anymore and wanted to root for the underdog. But you don't hear anybody saying that the WNBA players should be paid as much as the NBA players because nobody watches WNBA. I mean, it's based on revenue. It's very simple math. It has nothing to do with sexism. It's with ad generation and revenue. But we have to find reasons.
That's my point is that,
it's
dumb. Like just paying what they're worth. I don't know. It's just weird that all I'm saying is quit talking about equal pay. Talk about like correct pay or fair pay.
There you go.
That's all I do.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I just think it's funny when they keep saying equal pay. I'm like, no, bullshit. If they're making more money, they shouldn't get equal pay. You should get more. Or if they're making less, you get less. Whatever it is.
Here's something else I throw out there as well, is that like the women's national team, that's like the only team we have. Whereas the men's national team, they get together for a few weeks every couple of years for big tournaments. True. They're all playing in other leagues as well. So, when they say the women's national team may draw more money here in the United States, they probably do simply for the fact that they're always together versus the men's national team not being together and nobody goes to watch that shit.
That might be a good point too.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't research it that much. All I'm saying, like going back to just the main point is, like paying what they're worth. Not equal. We shouldn't just put everyone in the same box and say, we're equal everyone. No.
Yeah.
Like you got people that are better at stuff. That's why some people get promoted to management and others don't. And some people wanted that and some people don't. Like just stop putting everyone in the same box. But going back to the original, reason why I had this Megan Rapinoe in here.
Rapinoe, goddammit. Say it right. Rapinoe.
Oh, that's what it is. No, it's Rapinoe, isn't it?
It's Rapinoe.
It's Rapinoe.
Fucking asshole.
That's how I first
You're
wanted
such
to
a
say it. But then I
sexist.
heard everyone saying Rapino.
Why do you hate women?
Yeah, I hate women. Yeah. So basically, I was looking at like going through the sports apps, and it was like one picture after the next. It's one of her walking next to another player, and her hand's like pretty low on this, like below the belt line of this other player. And I was like, that's interesting. And then another picture of her, like they're celebrating a goal, but she's like kissing the neck of another girl. And then another one where she's kissing the other girl on the cheek, and another one where she's kissing, and I was like, holy fuck, like she is all over these women.
Yeah, it's okay when she does it.
Which I just, now I haven't gone and like looked up pictures of, like tried to Google, do some extensive research on how many women she's kissed, like I don't know if you can call it inappropriate. I just thought it was really interesting because there was like, I saw like 6 or 7 pictures in a row that I was like, that, you could construe that as being inappropriate.
Ray,
but
what I've learned from Twitter is that women cannot sexually harass anybody else. Only men can sexually harass women. That's what I've learned from Twitter.
Man, I would love to not get sexually harassed by a bunch of women.
Yeah. So right now you're being very misogynistic in claiming that Megan Rapinoe might be inappropriate with her teammates.
No, it's just one of those. Okay, so what
yourself.
I see every once in a while is like, yeah, Chris O.C., I remember him saying like, oh, I saw this about, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was like Biden before all that shit hit the fan. But anyway, I just thought it was pretty interesting. Like I started it was just one of those weird things I noticed, and I'm like, yeah, they're celebrating. Like it's not that big of a deal, but maybe it's the tip of the iceberg. So I just wanted to bring it up in case in like 6 months or a year, maybe like 10 years down the road, all of a sudden something happens. I'll be like, boom,
told you.
I broke that news. I noticed that first. That's all I was trying to
Told you assholes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, if they want to keep their audience, they need to stay out of being, why do athletes to make a big deal about like, I'm not going to the White House? Like, what are they proving except getting attention for themselves? Like, I don't get that. Like, I think Rapinoe was one of those who said she wouldn't go to the White House. Okay.
Oh, she was very outspoken. Yeah.
Nobody fucking cares if you go to the White House or not. Who fucking cares? Nobody even knows when it happens, except if you're watching, NBC and they're saying something about it. I mean, who gives a shit? Nobody cares.
Yeah. Oh, when was the last time I scheduled? I was like, the team's going to the White House.
Yeah.
Let me record this, or I got to watch this live.
I can't wait to watch the Red Sox at the White House. Yeah. Oh, the Patriots went to the White House. I got to tune in. I got to watch that shit. All right. That's it, Ray. Let's wrap this one up, man. You got anything else you want to say?
Alrighty. No, I think we could do that.
All right.
You just call it right there.
Yeah, this one went quick, and I'm exhausted. I don't think I'm going to edit this one tonight, Ray. I think I need to go to bed and edit tomorrow. I don't want to, but I think that's what's going to have to happen. All right. Anyways.
If Svensson was here, he would tell you that you should work.
Yeah. He
a lot longer and harder to get this published right away.
Fucking Svensson. God, I love you, Svensson. Thank you all for listening to The Rich Dickman Show. Once again, episode 62. It may be Ray's last episode next week, so tune in and find out. We should have a decision. I hope, anyways, because you know what? I got a plan. I got to make plans. Speaking of plans, we're looking to get some big gets in the next few weeks, Ray. I don't know if you know this or not, even though we've been texting about it, but there may be, we may have some guests of note coming in. I'll give you more information as things develop, but I can give you all a clue. This is one of your favorite voices that you haven't heard with Rem since 2015.
What should I wear to this interview?
Tuxedo.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say a robe.
Fucking like here's the nail. Just hit it on the head. You asshole. You gotta tease. Like only Svensson would get that. Now everybody's gonna know who it is. Anyways,
is it? Do you think they will? There's only 2 other people. I'm 5. Wait, how many listeners do we have? I'm all but 5 of them.
And that reminds me, Ray, I wanted to bring this up earlier and I forgot, but like, I wish a week like this is when we had a much larger audience. So I could say, hey, anybody who out there who owns a hotel or a resort chain, can you call in? I have questions. I want to know if you mass import people from certain parts of the world. Because goddamn it, Ray, not for nothing, there were a ton of like Eastern European people working at this hotel I was at. Like Russian, Ukrainian, Like, and they're all new. It's like they're all just been imported from their country here to work at this hotel. This happened when I was in Stowe last year as well. I was in Stowe. I was at, the Stowe Mountain Lodge. I forgot the name of it. Anyways, I was up in Stowe, Vermont, and they had like a whole contingent of French Canadian people working there. Like, I don't know, is there like a group, like they bought a group in Montreal and shipped them over to Stowe, Vermont to go to work? Like, I don't know how this happens. It's weird. Anyways, you can find us online, richdickman.com. Anything that you need Rich Dickman wise, Ray will update soon, but you can at least find our episodes there. richdickmanshow@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with the show. At Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. Call the Dickman line 860-316-4776. Leave us a voicemail. And check out my wrestling articles on wwepodcast.com. I tweet those out as well. You can follow me on Twitter. I am at Remgar, REMGHAR. And you can follow producer Ryan at Ryan TRDS. Ray. Oh, follow my mom at Rem_Mama. Ray, how do we get a hold of you? How do we find you? How do we watch what you're doing?
Well, if you were in the chat room tonight, which I see there was at least, what was that, 347,000. So that was pretty nice of all you guys to show up.
Jesus.
Sorry we didn't answer all your questions. There's just too many to get to.
Too many.
Yeah, way too many. Sorry. It's just like a flurry of just question after question. So we just had to basically shut that out for this week. We'll try and get a moderator in there to pull questions next week. Anyway, so, you can find me on Twitter at Jules Winfeld. I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/Jules Winfeld. I guess I was going to say I'll be on in a few minutes, but no one's going to, that won't help anyone. Fucking stupid.
You're promoting your live stuff.
Yeah. I'll be live in 10 minutes, guys, if you want to stop by.
Oh,
anyway, but yeah, no, I get on there every once in a while, try and play some fun stuff, just hang out. If you stop by, I have time to chat with you, unless your name's Svensson, apparently. Self-imposed no Svensson rule by Svensson. But yeah, that's how you get a hold of me.
Svensson, what are the puzzle streams? We talk about Svensson too much. I think we're alienating on this. Randy. No, we didn't. Randy got back to me as well. All right. Anyways, thanks guys for listening. And gals. Or gal. Oh, we'll be back next week. Good night.
Sweet. It's a wrap.
Wrap it up.
So I went to my boss. His birthday was on July 3rd. So we went to dinner for his birthday. And while like that day, I learned. Okay, so the girl that I worked with that wrote that letter of complaint where she was like resigning, her letter of resignation. So she texted the girl that ended up taking her place. And was like, and that girl actually got a different job offer, so she was leaving. But the second girl, she was actually like doing it the right way, gave 2 weeks notice. We made a counter offer because she's actually legit. And she was like, well, it just works out better for me to go to the other job. I'd love to be here, but just going to the other job. But the first girl, she ended up texting this girl and was like, hey, so like making up a bunch of bullshit about how like some other companies were like missing her or something like that and like contacted her because they missed her or something and heard that this second girl's leaving. Anyway, I was like, yeah, what the fuck ever. You're a terrible piece of garbage. But the girl that was currently working with us was like, yeah, that other girl said that you were really mean. Like she thinks you're really mean. And I was like, wow, really? Apparently I'm a really mean person, which was very enlightening to me. Yeah. Which, I mean, I feel like I'm literally probably the easiest person to work with because I never really like cause a lot of conflict. Like I don't, anyway, it's just funny that someone thought that I'm actually a mean person.
I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Everybody can go fuck themselves.